Push.
And it's motorsport. It must be the Donegal International Rally.
Right 16 on crest 20. Into very loose chicane. Into flat 2 left, opens over crest. Over.
They used to give out a T-shirt which had a picture of an opal manta leaping high in the air with the words "Happiness in the Hills" printed underneath. Well, in many ways, it summed up the Shell Donegal International Rally, which is one of the most enjoyable events on the Irish rallying calendar. Enjoyable for the quality of the stages, the level of competition, and not least, the big party that takes place each year in the Northwest. Well, these days, the Mantas have been replaced by the World Rally Cars, and it is those that we're concentrating on in this week's RPM on RTE. 3 times winner Andrew Nesbitt has been considered as the king of the hills in recent years, but Eugene Donnelly snatched his crown in 2004. Can history repeat itself?
Welcome back. It's the 4th round of the Pirelli Irish Tarmac Rally Championship, and what a championship it's been so far. Had 3 rallies and 3 winners.
2 times tarmac champion Andrew Nesbitt was a spectator in Galway, but got really warmed up for the Circuit of Ireland, where he pushed Derek McGarrity all the way to the final stage. Andrew was back on the #1 spot again in Killarney, though. Eugene Donnelly and Paul Kiley started up victorious in Galway, but were very down in the dumps after a mechanical failure on the circuit. They were back on form in Killarney to take second, but these jumps made it a painful second.
Unfortunately, their back's given a lot of trouble, a lot of trouble. I've been going for therapy a couple of times a week there, and I have another brace on to try and protect it a wee bit, but let's hope it holds out.
Derek McGarrity's season opened with Skoda power, 3rd in Galway. But in a shock move back to Subaru, he chalked up his Circuit of Ireland hat-trick. He finished a troubled Killarney in 3rd, but leads the series into Donegal.
Yeah, it's been very good so far. You know, Galway was good, Circuit was very good, Killarney not so good, but hopefully we'll improve it here.
Since 1972, the beautiful Donegal Hills have echoed to the sound of rally cars, and the popularity of this great event sees an amazing 170 entries, starting the 2005 Shell Donegal International.
So what is it about the Shell Donegal International Rally that makes everyone want to win it?
You know, I've been coming here to Donegal watching the rally, and I think since I was about 15 years old, and I remember up the street here looking at Austin McKeel and Bernie Fisher's cars and saying, wouldn't I love to do that one day, and here we are doing it.
The atmosphere and the people and the competitiveness of all the drivers, and they all seem to come here in a real party mood, you know, and we are taking our rallying very serious too, but I mean it's just a fantastic place to come to rally.
And it's this atmosphere which has attracted English-based Steve Perez in his latest Focus.
Steve, what's attracted you to come to Donegal?
Well, it's been an ambition of mine for years to do Donegal. This must be one of the best rallies in the world. It is absolutely unbelievable. I think I'm going to get a bit of a driving lesson today, though.
First off the Letterkenny start ramp, though, is last year's winner, Eugene Donnelly, first in a staggering lineup of World Rally cars. Day 1 is very similar to last year's route. 3 stages done twice. Theoretically a good warm-up for what lies ahead. The Friday afternoon sunshine is patchy, like the roads, which haven't fully dried out after the overnight rain. Eugene Donnelly is first onto the Ardnatassian stage and first to sample the slippery conditions. He's fourth fastest here, 5 seconds off the pace.
Care, tight 5 right and left, kink, 100.
Here on stage 2, however, Eugene is now fully warmed up and takes fastest time, despite being worried about a hesitant gearbox.
200.
After stage 3, he's in second place overall, just 1.7 seconds off the rally lead. And these stages are a mixture of tight, twisty, and very fast.
Third square left, 100. Long flat 2 left, brake 5 right plus. Into 3 left plus over crest. The flat 3 right opens, 80. Flat 2 left line narrows, 150. Flat crest jump into bad dip, 40 long straight crest. Flat right over crest, 100. Keep flat 2 right over bump dip, flat crest, the bump dip. Keep 2 left plus over crest, 250. Brake on crest, turn square right. Braking is good. 60. Flat 1 right over dip, 60. Brake, 5 left. Sudden tight square right over jump. Flat left, 60. Slippy, flat 2 left. Long flat 1 right, tightens, slippy, 40.
The championship leader, Derek McGarrity, is very committed from the start.
Into 5 right minus, into 4 left plus. Continues on opens, 30. Right, caution 30, medium left plus, lead exit.
Here on stage 3, he'll set the fastest time.
150, we're going well.
He lies fourth after 3 tests, 7 seconds off the lead, but not taking major risks.
Into the farmyard, oh shit, watch it!
Into the farmyard, Andrew Nesbitt's nearly into the farmhouse.
26, Ross, right 26, I can back it up. Easy.
He's fastest on the opener, but amazingly not here on stage 3. The early pace is staggering as just 1.5 seconds separate the top 3 on this test.
22 over jump, 24 over forward wall. Trap that 24 tight by the back over crested pole.
Austin McHale, fresh from the Scottish Rally a week previously, is about to lose over 30 seconds here on stage 1. The former Donegal winner is in an unaccustomed 8th place. Kevin Lynch has been flying, however. He's early 3rd overall, just 5 seconds off the lead. Eamon Boland is 5th, 18 seconds further back, but just 7 seconds ahead of an exuberant Tim McNulty. Extravagant is the colour scheme on Steve Perez's car. And so this unintended manoeuvre on stage 1. The English driver is in 11th spot. Paul Harris has hired an SH Subaru and is 7th, while Cathal Arthurs is 12th in the unusual Hyundai. Young Welsh star Gareth Jones is 10th in his Subaru, whilst the similar machine of Kevin Barrett is 13th. Maurice Gass is having his first championship outing in a Fabia. And Dennis Bickerstaff is very sideways in his ex-Eugene Donnelly Impreza. And then there are the Donnellys from Donegal. Firstly, Hugh Martin, and then Martin, also in the WRC lineup. Lining up at the front, however, Austin McHale is now up to 7th, having cured a centre diff problem. Eamon Boland has dropped behind Tim McNulty, but not for the lack of trying. But Tim is just 1/3 of a second ahead. Kevin Lynch stalled on the start line of stage 4 and is now 4th. As Derek McGarrity discovers how easy it is to stall one of these beasts.
Caution crest.
It's a delay that costs a few seconds, but Derek is just 19 seconds off the lead and looking very on form.
40. 4 left plus opens, go, don't cut. 40. Flat crest jump, 120.
Out of the box tomorrow morning, we're just going to have to be on it, you know, because the other 3 guys are going to be, so we'll just have to switch on early.
I mean, the pace among even the top 10 has been phenomenal.
Yeah, it has, but Irish motorsport as a whole has just got so much faster now, it's getting crazy.
Eugene Donnelly was the fastest man on these tests last year, but this time he's having to give second best.
100. Here. Big crest jump flat. Dip 150. Brake for 4 left over crest.
The McGarrity driver is still suffering a slight gear problem, but having a huge moment here.
Care. Long 2 right over jump. Bit of care on it. 100 bumpy. Turn square right. 130.
Today was a day of trying to get through, but to be fair, I didn't think the pace would be as hot. I would say there's maybe a little left on it, but not much.
Andrew Nesbitt is more tentative through the farm this time, but is fully committed to be fastest here on stage 5.
Stop, only hairpins, right 24 times, back in it, stop, rocks. Stop, hairpin, you can have 26, mind your braking.
Andrew will open out a scant 6-second lead, but the pace is frightening.
Over crest, the back off, square right 22 over jump 24 before wall. Stop it 24 times, and back over crest and wall. 24.
Some pace, I can tell you. The last stage in particular, I think there was only half a second between three or four of us. So it's going to be a very interesting rally in Donegal tomorrow.
Saturday is the big day in Donegal, but can this pace last? Day 2 of the Donegal International Rally, and the event goes right up and down the county today. Firstly south for 4 tests, and then north of Letterkenny for 6 stages, which include 2 runs over the daunting Knockalla stage. Andrew Nesbitt is first in the rally and first onto the opening Brina stage. He's also first on the timesheet for the stage as well.
26 loose, tight through the bridge. The middle right 16 times over crest, in top. On the back kick down here, remember it. Left side sharp, right 4, down 24, tight of a bad jump. Into, very loose chicane. Right 26, left 20, sharp left 18 in top. Right side sharp left 24 times, very badly through the dip around poles. Sharp 24 times, very badly through the dip. Stop here, right left 24 times, over crest round poles, in top. Stop, hairpins, up here, right 26, left 26. Mind them, hairpins, Andrew. Wheel 26s, mind the left. Middle right 18 times over double crest 20. And it opens to go on, open right 16. Give it right. Right side left 18 times over crest, keep it at it. In top, give it right. Left 9 on crest 20, keep it going. Well done.
On the next test at Cork Mountain, things are not so smooth, as Gordon Dunn shows.
Slight right.
It's all hotting up for a tremendous battle at the front, and Eugene Donnelly has started in determined form, but he's only 3rd fastest on the opener. On the Cork Mountain test, he's 2nd fastest. He's honed in right on Andrew Nesbitt's lead.
4 right, plus keep going, 100.
The excitement is almost tangible as Derek McGarrity's on a rail charge too.
80.
He's 0.1 of a second faster than Eugene on stage 7, but takes 7 on Cork Mountain to haul himself within 7 seconds of the rally lead.
Right of the house, 40, 5 left 150.
In the process, he's moved ahead of Kevin Lynch, but the Dungiven man's rally is about to end in a field on stage 9. That will promote Tim McNulty to 4th, and he's now 7 seconds ahead of Eamon Boland. Austin McHale has a little half spin here, but he's still 6th as his little battle with Paul Harris expires, like Paul's engine on stage 9. Cathal Arthurs is now an impressive 7th. But Dennis Bickerstaff has suffered a spin and is being caught here by Gareth Jones on stage 8. Isle of Mull visitor Neil McKimmon is another spinner. The big spin, however, is at the front of the field, and this is how close it is after 8 stages. The big battle is really shaping up, and Andrew Nesbitt, after changing a hesitant gearbox, is absolutely on the limit on stage 9. Amazingly, he pulls out just 1 second here over Eugene Donnelly. But after stage 10, it'll be a different story. The Donnelly Corolla may look in top gear, but the Toyota is having gear change hesitations. Further along the test, though, there's no hesitation in the Nesbitt Subaru. And that's not the real surprise in stage 10. This is Derek McGarrity is driving a real blinder. The Pirelli Subaru's about to move into second spots, shaving over 10 seconds off Eugene. Andrew Nesbitt is giving it everything as he approaches the finish. But Derek will be slightly faster, and he's now just 9 seconds back. But the rally now moves north for Nesbitt's favourite, the daunting 11-mile Knockalla stage. Will Hare's Bend has claimed greats such as Vincent Bonner and Austin McHale in the past. And in 2005, this famous corner claims its next famous victim. It's a huge accident at 130 miles an hour. And Andrew Nesbitt's challenge is over. But mercifully, both he and James O'Brien are okay. Eugene Donnelly is next onto the stage, and he treats Will Hares with trepidation. But just yards on up, he has a real close one. Just over that barrier was a perilous drop, and Eugene is lucky to get away with just a scare. With Andrew out, Derek McGarrity moves into the rally lead.
150.
But Knockalla has another trick up its sleeve. Just listen for Derek's clutch, which is about to give up.
5 right over crest 300. 5 right minus that wall 40. Crest to the 4 left. Maybe 80 has broken something. Stay mid the flat crest jump. And we need drive.
Suddenly Eugene Donnelly finds himself in the lead of this rally, and by over a minute. Derek's problems have left him with 3 minutes of road penalties and way down the field as he catches a Mark II Escort here on stage 13. It's a rainy day for Derek, and Morris Gass in the Skoda is back in 14th. Dennis Bickerstaff is spectacular in 9th. Gareth Jones is 8th. And Steve Perez has just dropped behind these two, but he's loving every moment. Cathal Arthurs is 7th in the Hyundai in a rare visit to Donegal. And another rare Donegal visitor, Kevin Barrett, is showing impressive pace in 6th spot. Amidst all the drama, Austin McHale is now 4th and glad to get over his all-time bogey stage. Knockalla, of course. Indeed, this year he was actually fastest on Knockalla too. Eamon Boland is 3rd, over a minute ahead. The Wexford driver with Francis Regan was actually 2nd after stage 14. Tim McNulty's having a sizzling battle with Eamon, finishing the day just 7 seconds ahead, despite this overshoot.
Now you're like second?
Yeah, second overall, yeah, by I think 5 seconds from Eamon, something like that. So, you know, unfortunately, for the other lads, we kind of inherited the spot, but that's rallying.
That phrase applies aptly to Derek McGarrity's day. Now running well down the field, he passes Alan Nesbitt's Subaru in very unorthodox fashion.
20. Lap crest 200. Well done.
Nevertheless, Derek is fastest on stage 14, but his progress grinds to a halt once more on the next Knockalla stage.
Unfortunately, a back wheel fell off. It's related to the problem we had earlier on with the drive shaft. We had to stop at the church in Knockalla with the help of the spectators, put another wheel on it, but another 4 minutes down.
Very much up is Eugene Donnelly, who now has a lead of over a minute.
Flat left over crest, jump 40, over dip.
Oh, it's a serious pace, like, and now that it's not there, I don't have to push. It's just as hard now to actually just try and find a limit and stay on it, and of course these wee gremlins in the car's not helping.
1 minute, 9 seconds the lead, but the question could be, who'll be second? It's so close. Finally, this sunshine is consistent for the final day, with 6 stages including Glen and Atlantic Drive. As ever, a huge crowd awaits in Glen Village, as Eugene Donnelly is the first car to rattle past the windows.
80, turn flat 3 right over a bump, cut 60, slippy, slide right into brake, slide 5 left. And wet, 5 right opens, it's wet. Long, flat 1 right, 150.
It's a day when he'll hear all the car's little rattles. Fading brakes and a diminishing lead have rattled him a little over the opening 3 tests. Tim McNulty has been on the attack and took back 10 seconds over the first loop of tests. The gap now 59 seconds. Eamon Boland is now 20 seconds behind Tim, but determined to get back on terms. Austin McHale is sideways through Glen, and in a position that's too far away to attack Eamon. The Pirelli points are very much a priority.
60.
The man on the charge, however, is Derek McGarrity. Despite all his woes, he's in 5th place and fastest on the opening Glen stage.
Go, 40, 4 right plus opens.
Derek and the Matcon Subaru are showing just what they can do. They record fastest time on the following 2 tests with driving like this.
3 left, 4 left plus through bridge, 30, left 80, 4 left, 20, 3 right plus, keep in, don't cut 80, 3 left plus, 30, left over crest, don't cut to right, 30, 4 right to left, 20, 4 right plus open over crest, don't cut, carry speed, 100, care crest, 24 right minus, end of middle and tightens, 30, crest into 3 left plus, and 3 right 30, 3 right plus over crest, keep in, 50, 3 left minus, 20, medium right minus, don't cut, 100, left over crest, 40, 4 right minus, 30, 3 left plus, 30, turn square left plus.
It's a promising pace for the next round in Scotland. On to the last loop, and Eugene Donnelly can't afford to cruise, as that's when mistakes are made. But he's certainly not cruising, as he wags the Toyota's tail on Atlantic Drive.
Flat 3 right, don't cut, and flat 1 left over crest.
But Tim McNulty is under severe pressure from Eamon Boland, who moves into second by 1 second. Morris Gass is about to lose a battle with a wall, and Cathal Arthurs will lose his battle with transmission trouble in the last loop. Tom Holton will battle his way to 12th in the old Celica. Dennis Biggerstaff on a rare Donegal outing has a good weekend to finish in 8th spot. While Steve Perez in 7th has had a great weekend.
What a rally. I am absolutely knackered. I've never done anything like this. What a rally, I'm just speechless.
Young Gareth Jones will bring his Subaru into 6th despite this final stage mishap. Kevin Barrett has one of his best ever finishes in 5th. And for Derek McGarrity, 4th is a reward for not giving in. Austin McHale moves up to 3rd. Yes, 3rd. As sadly, Eamon Boland's great drive ends with a broken car in the very last stage, as Tim McNulty, running ahead of him, had to drive every last inch of road flat out to get second.
That was suicide. Madness. 7:59 or something, just crazy. I don't know how we got through it.
As for the winners, there's one big moment to finish a superb weekend for Eugene Donnelly.
Oh, that's brilliant. I thought one of them was good, but this no one could prepare me for this. This is absolutely brilliant.
Just 42 seconds was the winning margin in an epic 2005 Shell Donegal Rally. And in the championship, there's just 1 point separating Derek and Eugene now. And now it's your chance to win a Pirelli Rally jacket signed by World Rally star Harry Robin Pera. Just answer this question on PirelliIrishRally.com.
Dramatic action, major upsets, extraordinary joy, and all against the beautiful backdrop that is Donegal.